All right, this is one on the Chapter 7 homework. What is X in the following nuclear reaction? There are some things that we have to know or have handy as we begin this problem, and that is the symbol beta. That's actually an electron, which means it's a 0 and a -1. The symbol N stands for a neutron, which means it's 1 and 1. The upper number is the mass number. The bottom number is the atomic number. So the upper number is how much it weighs. The bottom number is, are there protons? And I made a mistake. That's actually a 0 for a neutron. There are a couple of other particles that we run into. A proton is 1 and 1. That's the one I was thinking of. And then we have an alpha particle, which is 4 and 2. And then one last, gamma, which is 0 and 0. So anything else is an atom and a nuclide. And we have to figure out what it is or it's given. So this left one is given, that is thorium-234 plus a beta, which is a 0 and a -1, goes to X, and that's the one I'm looking for, plus a neutron, which is 1 and 0. I'm going to have to fill in this number for thorium in order to balance this. Remember, in order to balance this, the tops have to add to the same and the bottoms have to add to the same. So I need to know that bottom number for thorium. And so I'm going to go to my periodic table and I'm going to find thorium. If I'm struggling to find thorium, let me go back to the question. This is the mass number, and it's not on the periodic table, but there will be something on the periodic table close to 234. So I'm going to look to where the masses are around 234. Let's see. Well, there he is, 232, 231, 238. So his atomic number is 90. 90 is what goes in the bottom symbol there. So this is a 90. And now I'm ready to solve. I have to solve for what number goes up here and what number goes down there, and that's going to tell me what that element is. So along the bottom, I have a 90 and a -1, which means that adds together to 89. Beta is the only one that's going to be negative. On the top, I have a 234 and a 0, so the top adds to 234. And now I come over here to this side, get those out of the way. The top has to add to 234 and the bottom has to add to 89. That means this bottom number has to be 89 plus 0 is 89, and the top number has to be 233 plus 1 is 234. The bottom number of 89, let me go back to my periodic table. Atomic number 89, let's see, there was 90. 89 is up here. It's the AC symbol. Actinium. All right, so that's actinium. Oops. So X is the symbol actinium. The top number is 233. The bottom number is 89, which told me that it was actinium. So I'm looking for actinium-233. The only thing that's more difficult in the other two problems is if there is a coefficient. For example, if you had 2 neutrons at 1 and 0, then you would have to multiply the 2 by both the top and the bottom number to do your additions. So let's see if that gets you started on those.